Hello friends, my name is Swaram. Today we need to discuss about micro and micro processes. First, we know about what is process. Process of object-oriented analysis and the design can be described in a cookbook. It is used successfully. We need defined as two for and predictable and repeatable process for a nature of software development organization. Here, I am going to explain about the micro and macro processes. A key point in the decision of micro macro processes is the strong separation of converse between them. First, we need to discuss about microprocess. Microprocess means it is a software development life cycle. The microprocess is considered with the overall software development life cycle. The chosen of lifestyle affects the microprocess. Next, we discuss about the macro process, the analysis on the design process. The microprocesses is concerned with the specific analysis and design and the techniques where you can use to get more requirements and implementation and the chosen of the analysis of the techniques affecting the microprocess. Now we can discuss briefly about microprocess. The microprocess involves the discipline execution in the following relevant orders. Requirements establishing and maintains the arrangement with the customers and the other stakeholders on the system which should do. The defines of the boundaries of the system, analysis and design, transforming the requirements into a design of the system which serves a specification of implementation in the selected implementation environment. This includes involving the robot agriculture of architecture of a system which and establishing the common mechanisms that must be used in the disappearance of the elements of the system, implement unit testing and integration testing of the design, resulting in an executed system. First, we discussed about testing. Testing, the implementation of the testing to make sure that it fulfill the requirements. Evaluating through considered demonstration of the software product functionalities as design. Now we discuss about deployment. Deployment means ensuring that the software product is available for its end users. It is the process of micro development. The following discipline and execution through the life cycle, the project management of the software development project, including planning, satisfying, and monitoring the project as well as managing the risks. Configuration and change management, identifying the configuration items, controlling the changes to those items, and managing the configuration of the items. And environment provides the software development and including the both process and the tools should be development in the team. Now, this is a subtopics like the microprocessors time dimensions. First, we need to discuss about this the microprocessor time dimensions. First, in that milestone and phase finger shows how milestone is in integration fit together in a iterative and incremental microprocess as well as phases that milestone denoted. Now, this is a diagram for microprocess milestone and phases and integrations. Now, this is for microprocess two dimension and process integration as shown in the figure. In an iterative microprocess, milestones are achieved the executed one or more iterations, and those iterations are involving activities in all disciplines, how their relative time spent in their different discipline, and as well as depending on the what phases iteration enacts. And this is the shifting focus on iteration. Now we discuss about microprocess. The analysis and the design process is performed in the context of overall software design process. The microprocess devices are the scopes of the microprocessor. You are providing the input and to the microprocess and consuming the output of the microprocessor specification. The microprocessor takes requirements providing by the micro and process, and it should be produced by the design specification that are implemented, tested, deployed in the microprocess. Now this is the diagram for microprocess within the macro process requirements and design and testing and deployment. This is for diagram for the various focus on the analysis and design depending on the perspective. In microprocessors, the traditional phases of the analysis and design are intentionally blurred and instant are performed at different levels of abstraction along with the continuous analysis that takes system requirements and producing an initial solutions and the design that would takes a result of analysis and producing a specific that can be efficiently implemented. From the figure, I'm summarizing what should be focused on the analysis and design when done from both agriculture, architecture, and the components of the processor. Now we discuss about the microprocessors subtopics like activities. Microprocessors contains the following set of activities which are performed for a specific scope and at that specific level of abstraction. First, identifying the elements, discovering the element or to work with, defining the object-oriented demonstration, defining the collaboration between the elements, describing how the identifying of elements, collaborating to provide the system behavior requirements, defining the relationship between elements, like defining the relationship between elements that supports the element collaboration, and defining the segmentation of elements, and then last this process activity shows the figure like this is the process that in identity of elements, defining of element segmentation, defining element relationship, and then last defining element collaboration. Now we see some about product side. Primary product of the microprocessor reflects the different analysis and the design constant. The architecture of the description and describes the system architecture. It includes description of the common mechanism and description includes that architecturally this is significantly assets of the analysis design model. The analysis model includes the analysis and design elements of the software solution and their organization as well as realization of that describes how the system behavior requirements are analyzed in the terms of elements. In the following figure, we summarize the relationship between macro process and microprocess iterations. Here, that's it. Thank you.